So what's up people, and welcome to another episode of Pamela. So today I want to do something a little bit different in this episode. It will be a gameplay episode, but I want to talk about the recent changes that we've seen in the way the wall repair kit and the energy management in each building is done. Not only in how things have changed, but also I feel that this has created a milestone in how this game is being developed. At least I hope so anyway. So I wanted to discuss that. Now before I do that, I want to go over some of the updates that we have. So I do have the arc welder, as you remember. Now everything is maxed out. So is the Warden's Fist, and so is the overclocking system and the cyano processor. So overall I think we're in good shape. We have the maxed out speed sigil and the shield, and okay, this is the only thing that isn't maxed out. So maybe I could max out the leg armor now. Good. Okay, so overall we're in pretty good shape. And one other thing. I did find Subversor, which is always one of my favorite weapons. And so I think, although I'll be using the Warden's Fist, I do want to start maxing this out as well. So let me just do whatever I can with this. I guess that's all I can do at the moment. Okay, so overall, as I get more upgrade kits, I'll be maxing out the Subversor as well, and then I could switch from the Warden's Fist to the Subversor. They're both really good weapons, so either way, I think you can't really go wrong with them, so long as you have them maxed out. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about, of course, is the wall repair kit. And as you can see, I have a ton of them here. I have 10 of them here. And I'm hoping that that's enough to repair all the broken wall outlets in the one building. So here it'll be Arc Medical. And that way we'll be able to see what happens now. Now in the old days, you know, you could repair the walls. And it really wouldn't do much of anything, you know. You could get a little bit more energy efficiency in the building. But overall, it wasn't a significant difference, and so people could do it, but it was not always a high importance. Now we could go into some of the things. Let me show you one of the things that has changed. So right now, with absolutely none of the walls repaired, you can't actually take the building to max power. Now this is something different from what it used to be. In the old days, even if you didn't have any of the walls repaired, you could still take it to max power. So let me go to the power transfer room. Oh, by the way, with the recent sale, and here's a wall repair kit. Okay, I could go over this in a minute, but let me just transfer some power, and let me show you here. As you can see, okay, as you can see here, the cyanotril energy efficiency is at 0%. And because of that, of course, we can't do much of anything, including max out the building's power. So now, you know, as you start fixing these, what I've heard is that if you fix one wall outlet, sorry about that, I'm pushing some weird buttons here. If you fix some now I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, if you fix these wall outlets, or one of these wall outlets, you will be able to max out the building's power. But of course you will start losing energy more quickly that way. That was as it always was. Now the interesting thing is that with the recent changes in the energy, let me show you something. This is something that Nick Ball told me about, and I didn't even know it after playing this game for such a long time. If you click on one of these items and then you roll the mouse roll wheel, as you can see, you could change the orientation. I really didn't know this after playing this game for a year and a half, so thank you very much, Nick Ball. If there's anybody else who was as ignorant as I am, which is probably not the case, then well, this is quite useful. Of course, nobody's as ignorant as I am, so I don't know how useful that was. But anyway, for me it was, so thank you very much, Nick Ball. There we go. So let's go back into the building or into this transfer thing. And let's see what we see. Oh, it says 20%. So I guess I only need 5 of these. Oh, okay. So that should be interesting. Okay, so let's look for all the others. So as you put in more of these repairs, or as you repair more of these broken wall things, I think the efficiency goes up. And then as you transfer power, it lasts longer. Now let me see if I can put this into max power now. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, so let's spend some time and look for all the other broken wall outlets and see if we could take it to 100% efficiency. And here's the new thing. If you take it to 100% efficiency, oh, I don't see any here. Yeah, the map, and for those of you who may not know, the map actually shows you where the broken wall outlets are, so you could use the map to find them and then go and repair them. As you repair them, they disappear. As you can see up there in the upper corner, you saw a triangle with kind of lightning bolts in them, and that's the broken wall symbol. There, you see that triangle thing? Yeah, so as you repair it, then it'll disappear. Whoa. I don't have time for you. Just go down, please. There you go. I am here to... Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the P.A.M.E.L.A button. Okay, let's fix this. There we go. Okay, so let's keep on going. Yeah, as you repair the things, that symbol will disappear, and then you can keep on looking for all the symbols. And that way, it makes things a lot easier. That's something I didn't know until somebody told me as well. I can't remember who it was, but whoever it was, thank you very much. I remember thanking them in one of the previous videos. Anything here? No. Oh, by the way, before I keep on going, I wanted to mention this and I forgot about it. With the recent oh, there's a I can't even talk. There's another wall repair kit or broken wall thing. There we go. Okay. Anyway, with the recent sale in the game, there's been a lot more people who started playing the game, and what I've noticed is there's a lot more people. Oh, I pushed the P.A.M.E.L.A button again. Nothing around here. Let me keep on running around. Yeah, a lot more people making videos. So I noticed 2 of them and I started subscribing to them, and they're new players. But I thought that as I mentioned with Coral our bear, I'm sorry if I pronounced this wrong, my friend, but Coral our bear, who I mentioned previously, who was playing this game. There's 2 other players or YouTubers who have started making videos. One is a YouTuber named DragoNate, if I remember right. Yeah, DragoNate. Let me get back him. And another is a gentleman named BatPrince. And so, yeah, they're both making YouTube videos on P.A.M.E.L.A. And I hope they continue to do so because there's so few of us making these videos. It would be seriously nice to watch somebody else besides my own videos playing this game. I'm really tired of watching my own videos. So yeah, DragoNate and BatPrince, if you continue. Oh, there's nothing here. Nothing here. Oh, look at that. I didn't realize the hallway was a square. I always thought that this was a circle. Yeah, it's a square. Hey, look at that. The map tells you a bunch of stuff. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I'll leave a link to both DragoNate and BatPrince's YouTube channel. And I know there's a lot of you experts out there who know a lot more about this game than I do. So since they're starting the game, if you can give them advice, I think that would be great. And if you can go watch them, at least you can watch somebody besides me play this game, and I'm gonna continue to watch them anyway. Okay, well, anyway, yeah, I think this, as I was mentioning, is a really I can't find it. I thought that there was a broken wall outlet in here. Let me jump over this. There we go. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't show up in the map. That's weird. That is seriously weird. Okay. Oh! I wonder if it's because I haven't unlocked the room. And until you unlock the room, it won't show it to you. Let me get some more of these. I think I only...
If you need anything, please let me know.
No, I don't need this many. I only need one more. Wow, I only need one more and then we'll be completely powered. Okay, well anyway, let me keep on going. Yeah, I think as I mentioned that this is a big milestone. It's a small change in terms of how the game is played. I mean, it's not like a giant area or a new quest or a new enemy. No, there's nothing here. There's not. I gotta find that last one. But I think it's major. One of the things is, as far as gameplay is concerned, it changes things quite a bit, and it helps a lot because of the fact that one of the things you start noticing is this is an exploration game. And I wonder if the other one is in here.
Do you need directions?
Let me check. There it is. Wow. Whoa. Hello. Taste my warden's fist. Oh, you're not going down. Do this again. There we go. Yeah, I can see that with the full power, the photosynthetic is working really well. I haven't, I'm at full max health. Let me just pick that up. Okay. Let me put that away here. I've been putting stuff away so that if I ever do need this stuff, I could always run to one of these mini bases, you know, pit stops and just pick stuff up. There we go. Okay, so now we got everything, so we should be at 100% efficiency. Let's go check. But anyway, yeah, one of the really great things about this is one of the painful things about the game is, considering it's an exploration game, you spend half the time just transferring power from one building to another. Let me just check something here. Yes, it's at 100%. So now what I've heard is when you're at 100% efficiency, you no longer have to transfer energy. It'll remain at 100% energy and won't go down anymore, which is great. That was the great thing. I mean, before, even if you'd lengthen the amount of time that the energy would be stored, you still had to come back and transfer energy. Now at 100%, if you fix all the wall outlets in a specific building, that building will remain fully charged all the time. And that's really good. I mean, one of the things, again, is it gets rid of one of the annoying things about this game, which is like you're constantly transferring energy. In the beginning, it's interesting to run around transferring energy, but I tell you, after a few games, you're like, I don't want to spend my time transferring energy. And you would spend quite a bit of time transferring energy because there's so many buildings you have to do it for. So as you of course, fix all the wall outlets. Let me see if there's anything here I could buy. Oh, upgrade kits. Yeah, let me get those. I could at least get one. I don't have that much credits because I've been buying a ton of upgrade kits and wall repair kits. Okay, anyway, let me keep on going. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's getting to be that time. So let me... I almost forgot. It's getting to be Darkseeker time. It's almost 20-30 hours. So let me stand here. Let me talk about what I was talking about. And then when the Darkseekers come, we could just say hello and get rid of them. And then farm them for stuff. They got good stuff. Okay, so yeah, at 100%, you don't have to run around transferring energy. And believe me, if you get to the point where you visit all of the buildings, you would actually spend one entire gameplay transferring power in all of the buildings. It's just a pain. And now, if you don't have to do it, then you could actually focus all your time in exploration, which is great. But the other thing is that I think this creates a great milestone in how they are developing the game. This is one of the first things that I would consider engagement of the player to the game. It's actually something that you have an objective to do. If you do it, you actually improve on how you can play the game, so it makes the gameplay much more interesting, and you get something out of it rather than randomly killing zombies all the time. And oh, it's getting close to that time, so let me talk about this a little bit later. Okay, here we go now. Let me just make sure I have the right weapon. I don't want to... Yep, I'm okay. Okay, so where are they? Oh, I know. Oh, there's one. Hello, Mr. Dark Seeker, Dark Robot. Or as I used to call them, Darth Robot. There's one guy just walking. Oh, here's one guy right here. Hey, stand still. Oh, I think there's another one. There's another one. Let me get that guy. Oh, I got both of them. There we go. And yeah, there's just one guy way over there. What are you doing way over there? Get over here. What the heck? What the heck? Oh man, I'm glad you went down. He was like gonna walk right over to the counter. At that height, I think he would have been able to attack me. Oh, he had a wall repair kit. Thank you. You knew that I wanted those wall repair kits. Maybe that's why you jumped high, so that you could get me a wall repair kit. I think I got all of them. At least I got enough of them that if I run into one, I think it'll be no big deal. Okay, so we got some decent stuff. And okay, let's keep on going. Anyway, let me just check the energy transfer area, and let's see if it's still at 100%. If it's still at 100%, that means that it hasn't gone down at all, and it's continuously transferring energy. Yeah, it's at 100% as far as the quantity of energy, so that's great. This actually will stay. Whoa! Wow, there was one left. Oh, I gotta be careful. Oh, he left a upgrade kit. Good. I don't think that guy's gonna attack. Yeah, I don't want to particularly kill them if they are not gonna attack. I had a Mr. Reaper who didn't attack. Can you imagine a Reaper? He just stood there. And so I stood next to him. And we just hung out together for a little while. You know, and it was actually pretty cool. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I think it brings a new milestone to the game in that it actually increases the engagement. One of the other things is, you know, fixing the building so that it will get 100% power is actually quite in line with... Oh yeah, that's right. Let me just check the battery. Yeah, I thought I did the battery okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, look at that. There's some cots here too. So you could use this room as another safety room. I think the door is locked for this room as well. So if you don't want to use the first floor room, that room is pretty good as well. Dark Seekers can't get in there. whichever one you want. I like the downstairs one because it's close to that recycle station. But I know some people like the upstairs. So anyway, yeah, it's in line with the story because of course you were woken up and you're trying to save the city. Of course, one of the things with regards to saving the city is bringing the power and stabilizing it. So it's in line with the objective of what you need to do. It helps you out in your gameplay. And it actually gives you an objective that actually moves you forward in the game. And I think that's great because then once you're finished with this, all the buildings will be fully charged. You don't have to go through this again. And you could take advantage of all those things that require building power, such as your P.A.M.E.L.A powers. Well, let me just fill my canteen. I think one of my canteens, yeah, it's only 75%. So there we go. Yeah, your P.A.M.E.L.A powers, and there was a couple of other things I can't remember. Your photosynthetic, of course, becomes a lot more useful as well when it's so bright in the building. So yeah, all of this becomes really useful. Now the other thing is that I would expect the game, the developers, to be actually making things that are more engaging as well. And one of the things I would hope to see is something where they actually can link the solar charger to these power transmitters. One of the real big problems with making a base is that eventually your ion core loses power. And so if you have all these turrets, and it's great, you could power these turrets with these ion cores, but you have to come back and keep on changing these ion cores all the time, or else your turret dies. And it's kind of pointless that way if you're running around the town or the city, constantly changing ion cores in all the different bases and turret stations that you may have. And it kind of, makes you not want to build a base or a really stable base because of the fact that, well, I don't want to spend all my time running around charging ion cores. So you make one base and that's about it, and you let all the other bases kind of die out. If you can somehow link the solar charger to the power transmitter, you create another module, for example, that if you put right near the solar charger and the power transmitter, it'll link the two together, and the solar charger will continuously charge the power transmitter. And if you make it solar charger plus the highest level one, then it'll 100% efficiently charge the power transmitter. That will be great for all those people who love making bases, because now, of course, you're still limited to making sure that you can put the power transmitters and the solar chargers where they're most effective. But if you do so, then you can build a base around that area, and then you don't have to worry about the base, losing power. And you could go on your exploration, come back, and have a fully charged base. And I think that would be really good. The other nice thing is you could start strategically putting turrets around the building so that it automatically starts shooting at any of those nasty creatures that may come out. And the nice thing about that is, of course, if you have like 3 or 4 turrets, it gives you a safety zone in the sense that even if you are chased by 3 or 4 zombies, even 3 or 4, Reapers, if you have 3 or 4 of these turrets that you could place and then you run to that area, the turrets will take those beasts down. I mean, I showed that in one of the turret videos, but it's no fun if you have to keep on recharging the ion core all the time, But if you have it strategically placed in places where the solar charger will continuously charge the ion power transmitter, then you could keep those turrets up, and that will give you the ability to start strategically placing turrets and bases in places to make the exploration a lot more fun. Then the devs can start bringing out some Sorry, I thought I heard somebody. It's not you. I don't think it was you. Okay, well, whatever. Let's keep on going. I don't really worry too much about them now because I have the speed sigil. It's late at night, but I want to keep on talking about this, so I'm going to keep on playing this. Although it's late at night, I'm not going to take a nap. That gives, then the devs can bring out some seriously nasty creatures, and then it'll be up to the players to determine how they want to set up their turrets, how they want to set up their bases. That will give them the strategic advantage over some of these enemies. Before it was like when the zombies are really large in number, I don't care how much charge you had in your arc welder, it just made it impossible to explore. But if you can put these turrets up, then that may be able to clear some areas, and that's one of those engagement parts again. It's, you have these areas where it's fairly high in zombie content, and it makes the player go scratch their heads going, how am I supposed to explore a certain part of town? And then you realize that if you put these turrets up, sorry, I'm just preparing for stuff. I gotta go outside. It's that night, so I gotta be a bit more careful. Anyway, so if you put these turrets up, it clears out an area. Then you could start exploring certain areas that you couldn't before you put these turrets up. And that gives the game a lot more interesting things without having to expand the map or create other enemies or create different weapons. You could use all the equipment that you have right now and still do this. Have a much more sophisticated game. Now, the reason I came here is I wanted to talk about this. Now, this area. The nanite area, and if you go in, as you can see, you get hurt, right? And it's supposed to keep you out, and it's supposed to be part of the story. Now, one of the other engagement things I was thinking about is if you can power up a building to 100% power. Let me just check here to see if there's anything useful. No, not really. No, okay. Now I'm gonna be running around, so even if I see some monsters, I'm just gonna run away from them as much as possible anyway. Let me keep on talking. So if you can power up these buildings to 100% power, then you can create a situation, for example, where certain parts of a building, the doors won't open until the building has been at 100% power for one whole day. Of course, you can't do that unless you bring the efficiency to 100%. No matter how many times you try to transfer the power, if it's not at 100%, it won't stay at 100% power for one whole day. And what that does is, of course, it gives the objective to make all these buildings go to 100% power so that you could open these mysterious doors. And the moment you open the mysterious doors, you could find some interesting things in there, such as information about P.A.M.E.L.A or, certain key codes that will get you to another area of the city, that are restricted. Or, as I just showed in the nanite area, is it gives you components that gives you ability to, if you collect enough of the components, build a specific design gadget or augment. And that gadget or augment will actually... Sorry, I'm just talking while watching this entire thing. I think, Mr. Robot didn't clear all these guys, so let me take care of this guy. I don't want to deal with you, so just go down, please. There we go. So you get, a special augment, but you have to get all the components to be able to build it. And once you build it, then what that special augment will do is it will reduce the amount of damage you get when you're in one of those nanite areas, restricted areas. And by reducing it, then all of a sudden you can now start exploring in that nanite area. You still get damage, but not that much. And then the developers can create little safety rooms inside that area that if you can discover these safety rooms fast enough, then you could go in there and then heal yourself inside those safety rooms and then run back out again. And as you strategically run through that area, you find yet another room where if you, for example, put in a key code, it'll open up and it'll get you another piece of information, another gadget or whatever. And that's what I mean by engagement. I mean, you have all this, the big city. All you do is run around listening to echoes and killing zombies, and that's all you do so far. And it would be so nice to be able to do other stuff that gives you progress. You know, one thing will lead to another thing that will lead to the next thing, and you realize that you're improving the city, you're saving the city, and all these things. Why I'm coming this way, I'll explain in a moment. Sorry, I'm talking while I'm trying to run quickly and trying to avoid having to fight any of these guys. Yeah, I'm trying to get... I know a lot of you know where I'm trying to get to. Because I want to talk about engagement. Here, for example, Nascent Robotics. This will be a really good place because this is a robotics area. I would expect two things. Information about Pamela in this building and information notes from Jacob in this building, because of course Jacob was a robotics expert. If there's any place I would expect to find things, information, background information about Jacob and all the weird things he was doing, it will be here. And also things about Pamela, which you will need to later help her out, can be in Nascent Robotics. Why I think this building is useful is I remember going through this and thinking, wow, they have a really dark basement in this thing, and there's a computer at the top that says the alarm has been set. And you can then think about this as Indiana Jones sort of situation. You know, let me just I'm just waiting for this guy to kill this. Yeah, there we go. So now I can get rid of this guy. All I wanted to do was to loot these guys. You know? There we go. Oh, just die. There you go. Yeah, and so Indiana Jones type of thing where you go into the building and wow, this guy was carrying a ton of stuff. I'm glad I... Whoa! Whoa, hey! Whoa, he's another friendly Reaper. This is the second one that I've met. That's pretty cool. I don't want to hang out with you, though. I have too much stuff to do. Yeah, and so you keep on going down to the basement of Nascent Robotics, where due to another clue that you're supposed to, you go there and you find some very important piece of information. You know, yeah, let me just go before I get beat up. But the moment you do and you grab that piece of information, the alarm goes off, Nascent Robotics security system comes on, and it releases like 20... Wow, there's a Reaper right there. That Reaper is not friendly. Anyways, yeah, releases like 20 Darkseekers behind you. So to be able to escape from that area, you have to fight through like... I don't know how many, maybe 20 is a little bit too much, but at least 10 Darkseekers, and that would be pretty cool, you know. I would think that would be pretty cool, you know, and maybe that I'm you know, gonna shoot myself in the foot by suggesting that, but then you could create these situations that really scare the crap out of the game player. At least I probably would have to change my shorts after that sort of incident. And that's one of the things that I've noticed about this game that a lot of game players say, that once you start getting enough equipment, like I am right now, it stops becoming scary. You know, it becomes an exploration game rather than a horror game. And by doing some of this sort of stuff, let me run away. Yeah, by doing some of this stuff, it keeps you engaged with regards to some of the terrors that are in the game. And of course, you know, all of this doesn't require any more additional creation of monsters or anything like that. You just have to create situations that are a lot more engaging. You know, certain doors that won't open unless you fully power the building, you know. And then once you open it up, it's not just a room. It actually will give you a clue that will help you do something like create a gadget. One of the other things I talked about, let me get past this lady. I just want to see if we're still at 100%. If we're at 100%, then that's really cool. Yep, we're at 100%. Wow, that's great. I think this is a really good improvement. Good jobs, devs. I mean, it's a small thing, but it's a big thing, like I keep on talking about. Anyway, like I was mentioning, with regards to recently, I talked about in one of the story videos, episodes, you know, talking about the story of this game. I was speculating that maybe the deep frame accidentally created this by creating a rogue nanite, that infected all the citizens. And when they got their bone vaccine, the nanite actually made the. Let me just get the subversor and upgrade it. Anyway, let me keep on talking. The nanite made the bone vaccine go crazy, and that's what created this epidemic in the first place. Well, if it turns out to be the case, the nice thing is that you could create an end game situation where there's two ways to save the. There's two possibilities. The devs only have to think of one, but create a situation to save the citizens of the city, and the best way is to kill the nanites that are in their body. And I would think that there are two possible ways to do that. One is electromagnetic pulse, and the other is to transmit a virus. Either way, the player would have to basically either fix or set up a citywide transmitter so that the signal could be sent out. If it's an EMP pulse, then basically another thing the player may have to do is to set up some sort of shielding mechanism around Pamela's server so that she doesn't die during this entire process. If it's a virus, then you don't have to worry about that sort of thing. So it depends on how complex you want to get. But that will create this end game where you could actually save the city. By doing so, the virus will, of course, get rid of the rogue nanites, and because of that, that will give you the ability to expose the deep frame and go after it to fight, and so that sort of thing will be pretty good. And of course, the deep frame is watching you do this, of course, to try to stop you. It continuously creates more enemies and sends it after you. So yeah, I think there's a lot of potential to make some really good gameplay without really having to create more stuff, more area, more weapons, more characters. I would like to see more different types of monsters, but that eventually can be on the later side. Even with the monsters that you have now, you could create some really interesting situations, such as in the places like Nascent Robotics, where you could create a scary situation where the character is like, oh, I got this piece of information, and they turn around and they're attacked by a ton of Darkseekers. Now, I would be careful with a lot of these things because, of course, if you die, then it's permadeath for this game. So people might get a little bit upset, but it's a horror game. It's a survival game. So some people should get accepting of that sort of situation, or else it just becomes this exploration game where you're just casually running around like I am doing right now. All you're doing is just exploring, pressing geckos and stuff like that. So yeah, engagement I think is really important. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Sorry I blabbed on so long, but I wanted to make this video for such a long time. So thank you very much for watching this. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. What you think about how this game should be more engaging. I think this game needs a lot more engagement. There's a lot of foundation. Just start building content. Anyway, that's it for this video. We'll make more Pamela videos in the future. And until then, happy hunting, happy exploring, and as always, Jaya, nice day, everyone.